Does everybody dream? Dream. Dream. I think that it's feeling. Dream. I felt like I was away. You could do it. 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 I think that it's feeling. So when your spirit's flying in the air, anything in the you could, you do, you want, you could do so, you want him to do so much, you could do anything, you could do it, 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 you could do it. Dream.
Test, 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 test. 1, 2. Oh man, I like that. Okay. Let's see what we got here. Yeah, okay. There we go. I am here. And I think Anne is coming. Guessing. Let's see if she's there. Oh. 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 Oh, no. Where's Ann Cam? There's Ann Cam. There she is. All right, and your mic should be up when you're ready.
Okay.
There we go.
Am I here?
Oh, yeah, you are.
Okay, cool.
Okay, nice. How you doing, Ann?
I'm good. I'm great. I'm glad to be here. I love your background.
Yeah, I wanted to go.
It's very
Oh,
contemplative.
it is? Yeah, that's what I was going for.
it's very lovely and different.
It's simple,
a
right? I
mood.
wanted something brighter. Whoa.
Oh no. It's still working for you. It's still, you can't really, yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm fully there in the field of lavender.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. What happened? Oh, that's so totally weird. What was that? Oh my God, it's like a
graphics
poltergeist.
card is going crazy right now.
Was it a poltergeist?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, hopefully.
Maybe it was a spirit from the house.
Let me make sure.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
Maybe it was the Maidan.
maybe. I am.
They're interfering with the signal,
No, it was definitely
but in a
something
good
with
way.
my graphics card. I don't know what happened just now.
We're a little bit pixelated.
You think we are?
Well, there's just definitely moments that have been around the those weird
Oh, yeah.
flash cuts, but I don't. Maybe it was a passing thing.
Okay. All right, y'all. If we're still, hopefully we're still live on this stream.
Yeah, hopefully the Maidan spirit didn't knock us out of the.
When you have as many
Out of the World
monitors
Wide
as I have
Web.
on, that's not uncommon. Usually it just cycles through. It means.
I'm gonna turn up my speaky.
Okay. Actually, I can turn you up here too.
Okay, I'm just gonna also turn up the speaker.
All right. All right. I kind of want to make sure we're still live.
Yeah, totally.
Okay, still live.
Oh,
Okay,
yay,
cool.
thanks.
All right.
Thanks, Jackie.
Okay.
Tom, your hair is just looking very like, I don't know. What is it? It's 90s, I guess, like floppy, but in a good way. Like
Yeah.
the long top is working for you. There's just like a lot of
Okay, cool.
volume. A lot of volume. Don't you think?
Well, I mean,
It's kind of a 90s effect. I was trying to decide, was it 60s? No, I think it's more 90s than 60s.
yeah.
What do you think? What were you going for?
Honestly, I haven't gone for something in a long time. I get my hair cut once, and then I don't cut it for like 8 months, and it just goes through 1,000 lives in the process.
But this is very, I don't know.
I think I'm
what
gonna get it cut, though.
The New Kids on the Block?
No, come on.
No, wait,
Really?
who? What was their hair
I
like?
mean, yeah.
Maybe I'm thinking of Justin Bieber.
What I'm taking away from all this is that I should get an agenda,
An agenda?
a hair agenda.
A hair agenda? No, I'm liking
Give
it.
it a
I think it's
direction and
totally
purpose in
working.
his life.
Don't you guys like Bax's 90s look?
Thank you, Anne.
Chime in. State your preference.
All right,
Yes or no.
Anyway.
Or don't.
Thanks for bearing with us. There wasn't any technical glitches today. I was just personally running late, and I'm sorry for the later start. As promised on the Saturday class, we're going to do balance today. Plus, as most of you already commented, it's hot everywhere, it seems like right now, and so it's kind of hard to imagine like doing an angles class or something like that.
Yeah.
So I think we'll just have a nice chill balance class. And
Love it.
I want to say that here's the thing about balance. I'm not a huge reader, but this has happened to me before in my life, and even if this hasn't happened to you, maybe you'll understand it anyway. But like, I don't know if anyone has ever given you a book and they say to you, like, yeah, the first 150 pages suck, but then it gets going and it's one of the best books I've ever read. If you're somebody like me, like that's, ADHD and reading long books is intimidating, and like, as a kid, I used to just count down the pages. It's like it might be a fair warning to like an avid fast reader, but to someone who reads as slow as you would scripture or something like that, it's intimidating, right? That is what learning to balance is like. It's like me saying like, okay, if you want to balance, I have to just warn you that the first 150 pages might not grip you. Like maybe you will, like maybe you'll be the person that actually loves the 150 first 150 pages of it, but it is this kind of long read that requires you reading the whole book to really understand why the 150 pages suck so much even, or was so uninteresting or whatever. And so tonight's class is about, you flowing with us through balance in those first 150 pages for some of you. It's just like an excuse to practice this for the next 45, 50 minutes or hour. And then, of course, you want to keep going. It is kind of sore in your arms, but just if you can stay with us and give your best effort, you'll get a lot of flight time. I think there's this misconception about flight time that it's actually, it's like real time. And the thing is that flight time is not just like if you go into an hour of practice, if you just took just the time that you were hooping, just the time that the hoop was aloft. Hey, Jordan, if just the time that you were actually moving with the hoop, it probably wouldn't be a full hour, right? Because there's stops, there's breaks, there's water breaks, there's whatever, pauses in the action. And so flight time really doesn't take that long. It just, it takes more effort to create that flight time. You gotta get in your hoop clothes, go outside, find something to listen to, all that sort of stuff. But the actual flight time isn't that long. So I think if we can get 40 or 50 minutes worth of balance flight time squeezed into tonight, that you'll see an improvement. Maybe not during class, probably, but definitely the next time you jump back into balance.
And it makes me think of a classic HoopPath concept of bowing in and of kind of trusting the process. Because I definitely had to do a lot of dropping before I could really get anywhere with balancing. And then I'm currently there with the two-handed, day side or kind of front-facing balance. So I'm still really struggling at that edge.
Hey, Nicole. Hey, are you seeing the monitor? It is
I
working.
do. I
Okay,
see that.
cool.
Actually,
sure.
yes.
Sometimes
Thank you these are actually harmonic threads.
Oh, yeah.
These
Olive.
shorts. Yeah, Olive's company. A friend of ours for a long time. She's actually has an excellent ethical company, excellent products. I mean, these have lasted for years and years, right, Tom? I've had these for I've probably had these for 10 years. So harmonic threads, fantastic hoop clothing for hoopers, clothing for
made
flow
by
artists.
hoopers.
Yeah, made for. They have a lot of hemp clothing, cotton, fantastic.
All right, let's. Oh wait, I want to.
But yeah, just bowing in, just thinking of how much I had to do that at that point in my early hoop journey, and just for balancing, just having to trust the process over and over again.
Yeah, totally. It becomes addictive. It might be hard to believe in the first during the first 150 page stage.
You get obsessed.
You become obsessed with it.
Yeah.
All right, let's sway up. And yeah, so this is an ecstatic dance. We're not going to listen to the whole thing. But
oh, cool.
I listened to about the first 5 minutes of it, and I thought, okay, kind of like an ecstatic dance, this might be good for sway. So we'll see. This is sort of a blind listen.
Okay.
I heard it and then sort of stopped it because I was like, oh, okay, we can use that for sway tonight. So. Audible breath in. One of the things that, honestly, I've just learned a lot about life from the hoop practice. And one of the things that I learned about, holding the hoop in a balanced position was that, it was like the moment my arm fell asleep or my thoughts wandered away, the balance would usually fall. And my arms would be tired after a long, session of playing with balance. And it's so obvious, but it was just so blind to me at the time. But I realized finally that balance takes work. And I mean that in the hoop sense, the hoop dance sense. But it's just played out for me as equally true or even more true in the real world, like spiritually, physically. I don't think I was dumb, and I don't regret how I used to feel about it. I just hadn't thought about it. I sort of thought of balance as this permanent stasis point that we one day find when everything weighs the same and equal. And it was really, I didn't realize it, but I was kind of waiting for balance to happen to me. And it's crazy to say it that playing with a hoop finally got me to realize that I was going to have to bring balance to my life. That balance and finding it required effort and constant effort. Audible breath in. I just invite you to open your brain up, to allow it to expand as you try to practice to balance, and to make yourself available to all these hidden truths and philosophies right in front of you. Audible breath in. Something else I've learned, and I sort of mentioned this before, is that balance is this constant effort, and it does require an energy to achieve it, but it also gives back. It gives back to you. It gives back to you joy. It gives back to you like a feeling of security. It gives you confidence that you're adaptable, that you can learn. And so it's not a one-way street at all. adulting. Hoop with Kate. Welcome. Was that sway long enough for you, Ann? It was?
That actually was, yeah, that worked. Because, and I was thinking about this specifically, what I really appreciated about that song is that it had a kind of a first half that was a little more of like a drone meditation kind of situation. And then the second half, it really started to flow. And there was a little bit of beat. And I was thinking, oh, that's a great formula of like 4.
Well, that's an ecstatic dance set, so that may have been mixed.
Well, I just was really appreciating for Sway kind of the opportunity to kind of slowly maybe stretch, and I did
Maybe
lots
we
of
should
balancing
just let
in
it
that first
play
half.
and see where it goes. If it gets too
of that
upbeat.
same set, yeah.
Yeah, let's just stay with it. I was enjoying it.
But another thing I wanted to throw out to the people out there, and hey, Hoop with Kate, thanks for coming. But I was trying to do a lot of balancing, of just balancing on one foot and the other, and that is something that is a really great warm-up for balancing the hoop.
Absolutely. Yeah, I used to make a big deal about that when I was out on the road or teaching locally, is we would do a lot of, and actually it might be good to go ahead and just do this. We'll just do it, for 30 seconds here, and we won't make a whole exercise of it.
Do some balance.
But I took Tai Chi. I didn't necessarily resonate with it, but I took it because I thought it would make me a better hooper, and it absolutely did.
It's very difficult.
Yeah.
It's insanely difficult if y'all have tried it in a few ways.
I was also in the restaurant business. I worked Friday nights, and it was Saturdays at like 8 in the morning. Mm-hmm. So I can't say that I gave it the full shot. I did take 2 sessions of it, though. But one of the things that the instructor would say, and weirdly, he was actually my neighbor 2 doors down. And I had known him as this grumpy old man in the neighborhood. But turns out he was my Tai Chi teacher. And so when he would see us balance on one foot, and if we would start to wobble, he would tell us with his accent, I'm not going to do his accent, but he would say it through a strong accent, relax your foot, relax your foot, relax your foot. And I really think that is kind of what happens a lot in balancing. And it's not just at the foot, but if you shift your weight over to one foot or the other, and then if you can start to draw, that's just a HoopPath term, just means move your other foot, you can develop good core balance. The reason I bring that up with like regular balance is that as you get into balance, as you're learning it, you'll realize that you're using your legs and feet a lot more than you realize, or than may be obvious. And so we're just establishing that that's happening. And now I'm just going to put this mix back on, and I'm going to get back where we were.
And also, your balance on your feet is also going to determine your balance with the hoop.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Like whether, even if you're on both feet, we're kind of part of balancing on one foot or the other is so that we can learn to fully carry the weight on each foot so that we're not always over relying on one side. And one of the things I really appreciated about early HoopPath is this constant invitation to do every side equally.
Yeah, absolutely.
Whether it was balance or, handling the hoop.
All right. Oh, okay.
So that's also true, for balancing. Try with each hand. Try with both hands.
Okay.
Isn't that really hard?
So the first move we're going to start with, and the reason that I start with this one is that it actually has a high success rate, and so it helps you get through that first 150 pages of not so engaging, work with the hoop. But this is called, this became called the door knocker, and so this is important. For this class, whenever I teach balance, I just thought that it would be badass a long time ago to balance on the back of my hand. I had always, with the myth of the Maidan and stuff, and, I always just saw them, that they would greet each other like that. And so I just thought it was just completely an artistic choice. Plus I thought it looked badass. And so I'm going to be teaching you to balance on the back of your hand, but you can do it on the palms. You can do it on wherever you want. You know, try not to cheat. When you do it on your palms, the tendency is to grip it all the time, and you're just sort of robbing yourself of a chance to like learn how to recover it fully. So balance on any part of the hand you want. That's not really what we're getting into tonight, but I'm holding it in point position on the back of my hands. I'm going to swing the hoop up. When I swing it up, I've got to invert it, and in order to create that invert, I'm going to drop. And when I drop, it's going to lock the hoop in, hopefully. So I swing it out. It's like you're spreading a blanket or something, and I'm going to swing it out and drop it so that roll will happen. Here we go. So I'm here. I'm going to swing it out, drop. Then once I make that drop and I swing it out, I'm gonna lock in with my gaze, like a lock in with my eyes. We talked a little bit of this on the last class, and just really focus on some part of the hoop, and that really helps me. That visual focus, just locking in on some part. I usually use like this, you know, North Point, 12 o'clock, whatever, get you there. Oh, okay. All right, let's try this. Hopefully this music is balanced music. Okay, here we go. Let's swing it out.
Oh my God, I love this track so much.
Oh, let's bring you back on.
Oh.
There she is.
Hey.
All right, so we're gonna swing it out. Ooh.
This is really hard for me. I gotta really think of my legs.
Yeah, it really helps. It helps you to try to avoid locking your legs, like pushing all the way back into them, you know, keeping any kind of spring, because like what's happening in a balance, you know, it's you know, I was sort of trying to set this up in some of the stuff I was talking about in sway, but, oh, that's why I'm dark. Never mind.
It's good for your legs anyway.
There you go. Swing it out, drop my hands.
Oh yeah. Maybe I wasn't going out. Maybe I'm going to go.
Yeah, imagine you're spreading a blanket out, like you're trying to, you know.
A picnic.
Yeah, it's like a grassy field picnic situation where you really gotta.
Ooh.
Oh no! Sweet. All right, I've been waiting for this moment. Pool siren is my you had a breakthrough
Did
moment.
somebody get it? Somebody got a breakthrough?
Yeah.
Oh, nice breakthrough.
And those are free. Well, they require a breakthrough, but other than that, you get the pool party siren. Now, while you're practicing this, all these tips that I'm giving you right now, if you see, hopefully you see them as tips, they apply to all the different balances that you do. Okay. One thing that helps is to try to avoid, and of course you could balance this way, but my advice is try to avoid locking your arms like this, and instead bring the elbows in so that you're sweeping out, dropping in. And do you see where my elbows are bent here? And that just gives, like, what's happening with the balance is you're moving, there's all these little micro movements that are making it look like it's still, right? And so instead of pushing my arms way out here and locking them, I'm gonna try to keep my shoulders loose, keep my elbows loose, keep everything, you know, loose. No, my fingers are way spread out here. You know, the further you can get your fingers and make contact, that's going to make it easier, right? That's just more surface area to control the hoop.
This is very humbling.
All right, well, we're going to move on to different.
I was doing better the last time I
go.
tried this, okay?
There you go.
All right, yeah, okay. Oh, but I do think that I think I need to bend my knees at first I
Yeah,
think that's a
well, you're
breakthrough. I
starting
think
to
that's a
get the
breakthrough.
drop there.
Starting with the deep bend, or kind of this making it a part of the sweep.
Couple of things. This might help some of you, it might not. Maybe it works for some and not. The last class we talked about if we put a square inside of our hoop, if we crammed a square so the corners were here, here, and here. We talk about this a lot in folding. It's true in balance too, that the corners of the hoop are great little like handles for controlling it. And so when I'm swinging the balance out, my hands are at the corners. So imagine like if this were a wheel, it's like I'm in front and blocking the gaze really helps. Okay, sweet. Again, this class is gonna, you don't have to stay where we are the whole time. This is a flight time class. We're just trying to get as much balance practice, together and in as we can. It's like we're all collectively cleaning out closets right now. we are group motivating
Clean
to
out
do
your
the
hoop
thing.
closet.
The thing that we may or may not
bags.
enjoy. I actually enjoy this type of stuff. So my hands are at the corners. And now, you can, if your arm's in your break, you can just watch me for a second or keep balancing. Nothing I'm showing you is super important.
Breakthrough.
Do you have a breakthrough?
Yeah.
Really?
I'm having it. I was just having it. Oh my God. I didn't even realize. Okay, whatever. Okay, go on.
What? Do you want to tell us? Or?
No. Well, it's over.
Okay.
It was
Sorry.
Okay.
Okay. All right. So we're here, and this is, sometimes people used to ask me, like, well, where on your hand should the hoop be? Like, where do you want it when you're swinging it out? Oh, before I get there, if I'm here, if you're having trouble with the door knocker and you really want to get this 2-point balance, I'm sorry I forgot to mention this earlier, you can just roll your hands out. So I'm here, like my, whatever this first finger's called, I'm going to roll out from that, right? So I'm here, I'm going to lock in on my gaze.
I'm still not getting
and then I'm just going to roll out.
Audrey!
Oh, nice. It hasn't been said. That's a good one. Hey, Audrey.
See, then I don't know. I might be having better luck with the swing.
Yeah. If I was doing this with grip, of course, a little less dramatic. But what I would say, if you want to use your palms, see if it's possible for you to push like the inside knuckles of your palm. I don't know. Is that what they're called? Yeah, I think the inside knuckles of your palms out. Like way open your hands. Because like the thing is that if you're so close to gripping it, your hands are going to cheat a little bit, and it's going to slow down your progress. Right? Now the thing I was going to show you, and just keep practicing, everybody just keep practicing, you don't need to stop, this isn't a demo, or this is more of a demo than like a tutorial or a tip, but people used to ask me how to hold your hand, like where the hoop should be on your hand, and the truth is that with time, it'll be anywhere it wants to on your hands, and it doesn't really matter. So you don't need to stress it too much, and you can try different places to, nice, and you can try different places to see, if it feels more comfortable. So here's the demo I want to show you. So this is me with my hands way in. This is me with my hands way out. This is me with my hands together. This is me drumming my fingers, right? This is just 2 fingers.
Ooh!
2 fingers.
2 fingers.
This is drumming them so the hoop is bouncing.
Wow.
And what I'm trying to show is that, like, you can, like, literally drum the hoop so that it's just constantly bouncing and still balance it. So there isn't, like, a sweet spot. There isn't one place that works great. This is me balancing. This is me balancing on just the backs of my hands, like my...
I've always liked the back of the hand a lot. Love that about early HoopPath. Doing a lot of the back of the hand. Yeah. Oh my God. Yes. Woo.
All right. So let's mix in. How are we doing on time? All right, we're doing good. There is we call this bow balance. I really think I need to change this name, but it's what I called it a long time ago. It kind of doesn't make sense. But bow balance was, I forget what it's called in poi. I guess this is the wall playing maybe? I don't know.
Wall playing, yes.
Yeah, I'm not sure what all they're.
Yeah.
I never did poi. Respect poi, I just never did it. But we call this a bow balance.
This has been my jam
And
skis.
lots of people like this balance better. And because they like it better, they like practicing it more, and then they get better at it, and then it is better, and so on. But this is a bow balance.
Yeah, I avoided the 2-point balance for sure.
Oh, it's not on.
Uh-oh.
I gotta turn it on. All right. And cam.
Here, let's try that. See, I haven't done a lot. Oh, I want to do more rolling. I mean, I want to do more. Oh, walking. Didn't we call this walking?
Yeah,
Did you
we
turn
did.
it off? Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's fun. Pushing up a little bit is kind of, that definitely, for me, pushing up, up a little bit into the current, but, also maintaining that.
Whoa, sorry.
It's okay.
There we go.
Maintaining that eye contact with the top, the tippy top. Doggone it. Ooh, it's fun, the walking. Thank y'all. It feels so good. Because I guess also because it's like the walking is coming so smoothly because I spent so long on that 2-point balance, which is so hard for me.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, so there's definitely this kind of like, okay, now I'm back to what I know feeling.
Okay.
How's your balancing feeling, Tom?
Well, I was just trying to get the bird's eye camera working, and I couldn't, and I didn't want to get distracted.
Okay.
But you're talking about this right here, hand walking?
Yeah, Tom has got it down perfectly.
Well, not really.
Almost.
But one thing, I took contact ball for the same reason I took Tai Chi, because I thought that that maybe I would learn some stuff in contact ball that would help me with balance, and I absolutely did. And and this might be when I say second level, I don't mean that I'm in some super high level of balance or anything, but like this is a skill you would work on right after you've been successful at maybe keeping it balanced for like 20 or 30 seconds without dropping or something.
Also, the jugglers seem to think that contact juggling is like the hardest kind of juggling.
Oh, really?
Well, just people really revere contact.
It's hard for me to believe that any juggler would admit that any other thing is harder than juggling.
Well, it's considered juggling because it was founded, it was, mainstream by Michael Motion.
Right.
So it is considered juggling by the jugglers, probably just because of him.
Right.
But it's just, I'm just saying it's notorious. It's kind of like the unicycle. Like circus people really respect contact ballers and unicyclists.
Well, what I was going to sort of say about that is that the guy that taught me, Mark, forgetting his last name, he's super he was flow famous and probably still is, was to let a balance point walk. And like what he meant by that was that, because like if you imagine a contact ball, what he would say is like to not freak out if it rolls a little bit or if it moves a little bit, to like learn to allow that feeling of walk to happen. And so that is kind of a grace up type practice that you can do if you've gotten your balance to a certain point and you want to be able to control it more and not have to freeze all over the place. It's just to like you start the hoop off on a point, and then I'm just going to pull my fingers back into a fist, and now I'm just going to let it like walk. I don't know if you can see. The only way I can do that
I can't
is
see where I need to get up on the screen to see what you're doing.
let's give you guys the full blast here.
Yeah, actually, let's do you. Yeah, because then we can see you better.
All right. All right. So, like, you know, one of my favorite places to balance if you're a beginner is to bring your two fingers together, your first two here, to bring them together and then balance the hoop that way. But I'm gonna start there, and then I'm gonna pull my fingers back. And so now, I don't know if you can see it. Can you see it?
Oh, it's just on. Okay,
The
back
hoop
of the
is just on the
hand.
back of my hand right now.
Back
Now
of
it's
the hand
on my
and on
wrist.
part of the wrist.
Now it's on the front of my fist. Now it's on the top of my fist, right?
Okay.
You see that?
Yeah.
So
Wow.
that
Woo!
is letting the hoop walk. And that's really like where you start to, I forgot. Oh.
Uh-oh.
Okay, here we go. Let's see if this is gonna work. Yeah, all right, let me zoom. We're gonna bring some zoom in.
Zoom it.
Yeah.
Zoom
All right.
it.
So let's see, maybe even more. Okay, here we go. So here, and I'm gonna pull my fingers back, right? And then, oh, wasn't, all right, so here. And when I say let it walk, y'all, maybe it's just too hard to pick up on video, but it's like the hoop is sort of slowly rocking between the front of my wrist and the back of my wrist. Before in that demo, I pulled it up onto the fingers, and that's what I mean. It's by letting the point walk. It's how you also kind of create, you know, rolls and moves. Like right now, the hoop has been walked down. Let's see if I can. You see how the hoop is on my wrist right now? Now it's on my forearm. Boom.
Oh, it's nice. Wow.
Did you see that?
Hell yeah. Walking the point.
Yeah. And so that's like how you start to get those sort of slinky, you know, rolls and things with the hoop.
Yep. Getting your whole hand involved.
Yeah, and well,
And
because
your arm.
yeah, and so it's like what Mark was getting at, which I thought was brilliant, was, and maybe this
Mark
isn't his philosophy.
Stamfel?
Yeah,
Mark
yeah,
Stamfel?
yeah.
Yeah, he's real good.
Awesome dude.
Good guy, yes.
But like you teach yourself this balance, then you teach yourself this balance, and then once you teach the two, then you bridge the two together.
Right.
Right.
Rock it back and forth between.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nice. I love it. Yeah, I often found when I would hang with jugglers and I would get these like little breakdowns that would be so useful. Like, for example, the breakdown from Pokey of, you know, when doing an isolation of simply doing the exercise of like, because you got to strengthen your hand and wrist a lot.
Yeah.
And he turned me on to the thing of like, hold it at each point of the clock face and then hold it for like 2 minutes at each position. And do that every day, because then you can build the wrist strength and the finger strength that you need to do a good slow isolation. So you're not struggling to do the isolation without the requisite strength.
Ooh.
So it was kind of a game changer, but I never would have thought of like just holding it, you know, for minutes at a time.
Yeah, like, and you can start to, like, after a while, you'll be able to do axle spins. Let's see if I can do one without, I mean, we've done these before, but it's on the back of my wrist right now.
Nice one.
Ugh.
So you're just doing it with your other hand.
Yeah,
you're not.
I'm just giving it a nudge. I mean, let's see. I could try to.
Is it better, or if your hands? Ooh, ooh.
That was a little bit harder.
What about if your hand is spread?
Well,
Is that different?
yeah, I mean, I'm going for a specific trick right now.
Okay. Sorry. Woo! Yeah.
But you can, you know, some days you're better at balance than other days, but, you know, there can be.
And sometimes it
There we
wildly
go.
goes.
There we go.
Woo! Yes. Oh, wow. Yeah, because there was a long time, I feel like, in your practice where you were kind of obsessed with this off-body, all of these off-body things.
Yeah.
You know, balancing, walking, touch technique, basically. Yeah, kind of 2-point, folding. Like, you got really into off-body at a certain point.
Yeah.
Yeah, and got into these axis spins, dude. Hell yeah. There's some really good
They probably
video.
feel
We should
cooler than they
find
look.
some of that old
What's that?
video. I'm just thinking there was one video in particular where you were doing some of that, like just a lot of it. It's way back in your channel. I'll have to find it.
Yeah, if you...
Yeah. Has anybody gone back and looked at their old hoop videos or anybody's
God,
old hoop
it
videos?
is
I'd
a
love to see in
trip
the
how
comments.
bad the
I think it's
resolution is.
well, they're just
It looks like they were filmed
fun,
underwater
though.
now.
I mean, it's just, I laugh because I'm very, like, you know, I'm all kind of very hunchy, or, you know, hunk. Like, I'm heavy. I'm wooden. I'm both wooden and heavy. I can't kind of get around when I'm trying to chest hoop, you know. So I make myself laugh. But then it's fun to see your changes, because sometimes there's like really rapid changes.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And that can be inspiring, I think, because when you realize how much you've learned along the way, you know, it's not always, I think it's not always like dispiriting or, you know, depressing to see your old hoop videos, because sometimes you really can see how far you've come.
Yeah, totally. Totally, I get. I totally get that. Okay, where are we at on time? Okay, we're doing pretty good.
I'm loving the balance. I'm loving the balance focus and kind of just getting deeply into a thing.
Yeah. All right. Well, do we need to add? We should probably add something else, right?
I mean, I think you can just keep on layering. Keep on, you know, because this is.
All right.
I mean, actually, we could try for some of those spins, or, you know, at one end or the other of the balance.
yeah,
'cause it could be a
we've
way.
done something kind of like this before, where we, you know, the hoop can be any. I think we've done these before, but I don't know if we need to. I think we hit that one pretty hard. I think we're good on that one. What
Oh,
else
the
would be
walking.
good?
Yeah.
See what else would be good that's related to balance. I mean,
Well, I think we could. I mean, one thing we haven't done yet is we haven't done an exercise of like rolling back and, you know, we could roll.
rolling into a balance. Well, rolling into a balance is actually how I learned balance. Because when I used to be, like, you know, in my flow, I didn't want to stop everything and just start balancing. And I wasn't good enough to stop everything and just start balancing. So the way that I learned any sense of balance at all was by, like, rolling into it and just letting it sort of hang out in this slow roll, or sometimes I'd get lucky and it would completely stay still, and that would be my balance, right? So you can roll the hoop like I'm rolling it now, and then you slip in, you bring your hand sort of like you're up under it, like a sidewalk or something that's going to be, it's going to be rolling onto. And then there's, you know, this 2-point roll balance, and not a lot of people, that's why
Oh,
I'm
this
dark.
is kind of fun to roll through, like 2 points like this. Kind of trying to get the feel
Yeah,
of it.
yeah.
I'm
the
trying to do
sort of-
that in the opposite current. Yeah, that
That's
feels
hand
good
walking.
to me.
I haven't tried that one in a long time. I've never been that great at this, but you can. Oops, wait a second. I think you need a lot more room. You can do it.
You're doing it in the day? Okay.
Yeah, I'm doing it in day, and I'm trying to. Whoa. All right, let me get here first. Here. There we go. That's one. That's two.
Oh, you're crossing. Ow. Ow. I totally dropped it. See, that's one of the things to beware of, is that You can drop it
That's
right on
one.
your
I can do-
bones, the backbones of your hand. So just beware, because
Yeah,
you can
it
drop
can-
your hoops. That can hurt.
It can definitely hurt.
Yeah. So try to see if you can yank your hands out of the way, or turn it into a balance. Try to sink with the hoop. If it's gonna hit your hand, try to sink with it.
Yeah, well, since we brought it up, I was going to say that this isn't popular with everybody, but 2 point into balance, or 2 points into hand walking. So you're going to give yourself some. We've done this pretty recently, actually. You're going to roll the hoop back towards you. Well, there's 2 moves that you can learn out of this one move. So one of them is that I can bring the hoop back and start hand walking, and then when it dies, go back, bring it back and start hand walking. And I'm getting the momentum for the hand walking. That's the hardest part about the hand walking, is the momentum, is keeping the momentum going. And so by bringing it back with some spin, I've got a little bit more momentum on it to play with. The other thing you can try is balance hops. So I can pull the hoop back. This is a 2-point balance. This is 1-point balance. And then this is this other hand, and sometimes that can be fun. To not really think of it like you got to hold a 2-point balance, but like when I'm going to toss the hoop back up into a roll, see if I can pop it into a balance, just like that.
This is one, actually, also, I don't know if maybe this is one we can do next time, but one I have been attempting lately is this one of changing. That was one that you used to do quite a bit. It's flipping it like so. Kind of almost a toss, like a flip, like a coin flip, but from one hand to the other, and then you're switching poles.
Yeah, I think we talked about. Oh wait, I'm still super zoomed.
Whoa.
There's my bench. Oh yeah, fold hops. So I'm here. And I'm gonna.
Nice.
The thing is, I'm not. I am making excuses, but it is hard to do this move on an 8-foot ceiling. I'll just be honest with you.
Oh right.
Because
Okay.
you don't have a lot of
Yeah.
There we go.
Woo! Nice one. Oh hell yeah! Oh hell yeah! Yeah, that one is so satisfying when you nail it. It's just like.
Have you gotten one before? You have.
A few times, a handful of times. Just recently. It's been one of the ones that I've gone back to recently and been like, oh, now I'm kind of feeling this one. More than I think before.
Yeah, don't take out a toddler, Audrey.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's bring the music up. Just let people practice.
Yeah.
We'll shut up a little bit. You can ask questions if you want to. I think we're going to go a little bit past 8 because we started a little bit late, and I want to make sure I get my full.
Let's get our hour together.
Get my hour together.
I think I need to do a little bit more bending of the knees into the something. There we go. Getting the lower body involved when you're doing balances, it's so important, but it can be so hard to do. We get used to, I think, the idea that we don't want to move in a balance. But your lower body really needs to be so dynamic.
Money, hollow, thrills.
Oh, yeah. I love these kinds of backgrounds, sounds. It kind of sped up. I'm very addicted to it. For dancing. Ooh, yes. Sometimes you just feel it. I could feel it when it left my hand.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah, that it was going to land. And that's an interesting thing. That's another thing to think about, to consider.
Oh, that's what I was going to say.
Oh, about letting it when it leaves your hand?
No, I was going to say that we were showing 2-point balance hops, but it's not too early. If you have a bow balance, like if you feel like you can hold it for 10 seconds or whatever, give it a little toss and see if you can throw it up and catch it. I'm not telling you this, I'm just telling the audience.
Just on the same, yeah.
You know, because like it's not as hard as you think, and you'll hit it.
And especially that one also if you soften the knees.
Yeah.
That's going to be super important with the lower body as well.
But you can actually, you know,
Hey, yeah.
You know,
This
like-
is like a
because
little.
it's not even really balance at that point. It's more like soccer ball juggling.
Boom, boom. Yeah. See, that's a cool looking one. Boxing with the moon.
Magic, money, hollow, thrills.
All right, bring the music back up.
Hollow, thrills.
We'll count this as our free hoop, so if your arms are gassed.
It is really good though for building strength in the arms,
Yeah.
and especially like holding, holding the hoop for any length of time. It's kind of in any frozen position.
Hollow, thrills. Magic, hollow, thrills. Magic, hollow, thrills.
Nice. Yeah, this is definitely one of my favorite things that Bax does.
Ooh.
I feel like balancing is relaxing,
It is. I think so too.
even though it can be a very good kind of arm workout as well. It's still, I feel like it.
It really
Lowers
helped
my
me
blood
understand, honestly, like, really helped me understand walking around with ADD.
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, because I really realized what focus was. You know, like if
Wow.
you pick this, focus can be very zen, especially if your brain is as scrambled up as mine is, right? And like just by focusing, like just making my brain say stay, just stare at this point on the hoop, just stare at this point on the hoop.
Yeah.
It would help like keep my brain like from going all over the place. And I actually like took that life lesson to other places. I was right. I need something to focus on. I need something to focus on, or whatever. You know what I mean? And you know, like I was, I'm not saying I'm the best listener now, but it used to be really hard for me to follow a story or whatever. And so my focus became that in my mind, I would be typing out what they were saying as they were saying it. That became my like point on the hoop, but in conversation, it would be like I would just type out what they were saying in my brain. And it was the good focus point for me. Like it would help lock me in and understand where they were in the story. And
That's so great.
yeah. So, you know, the hoop, teacher of life.
Yes. The hoop, I mean, it teaches so many things.
Yeah, if you allow it to,
Mindfulness,
you know,
focus, dance, joy,
humility.
humility, energy, you know, letting energy flow, letting emotions flow, just flow.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And just like what it taught me was just how much, like I didn't realize this about me, but you know, again, this is just an aesthetic, but I just love it when people are having what looks like an authentic moment to me.
Yes. And
You
we
know,
used to
I can
talk about that with the
appreciate-
blindfolds.
Yeah, I can appreciate, you know, 50 people dancing in amazing choreography and all of that, right? Like I can just be wowed by the human cooperation and just the skill and the rhythm and the timing in order to do that. But like, you know, what my heart lunges at, like, is when people, I just feel like somebody is having an authentic moment right in front of me, you know, like when they are just like going off dancing so hard that you're like, you know, and even, I mean, you know, usually it looks badass when people are in authentic moments, you know? That's the difficult sort of social catch, is that, like, you know, when people say dance like no one's watching, that's actually your best dancing usually. You know what I mean?
Because in Bax, and I would often go with Bax to these workshops where it's like the whole room, like maybe 50 people, all are blindfolded and dancing. They're all doing their best dancing.
Yeah.
Behind this blindfold, and nobody knows.
Yeah.
And we're out there going like, oh my God, I'm going to start sobbing.
Yeah.
You know, because there were so many beautiful expressions, raw, beautiful, you know, expressions of so many.
Yeah, totally. Like those moments on the workshop tour when everybody was blindfolded and we were swaying, like people used to ask me, what's your favorite part? That was my favorite part. You know, and just watching like how powerful uninhibited movement can feel to a person. Like you were like, man, dude, this is me. This is powerful. You know, it's just more power to those who, you know, let go.
It's not even letting. If you haven't yet, it's quite something.
It's letting go of, you know, I don't know.
The blindfold. I wore the blindfold probably more than 50% of the time for at least the first 5 years.
Yeah.
It was a long time, and I don't know. I do miss it. I miss that total blindness that I would go into.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah. Goals.
All right. Well, we kind of talked through our. But anyway, whatever. I'm glad we said what we said.
We're having a great time.
We're having a great time.
I'm so happy, y'all, that Jackie and Mars and Shelly, so glad that y'all have enjoyed this class. It means a lot.
Hoop with Kate and whoever
and
else.
Hoop with,
Audrey
Hoop with Kate
and whoever
was
else
here,
has
and
joined
Audrey
in.
was here, Lindsay was here.
Yeah.
What a crew.
Yeah, it's nice.
So
Kind of old school. And but anyway, So I will be here Saturday. Reminder, we're not going to have class
I'll be here.
July 5th.
I don't have to go. I don't have to be anywhere till like 4.
For those of you dealing with the heat or dealing with some other kind of, you know, maybe metaphorical heat, I hope you can find some cool shelter.
Stay safe
and
wherever you are.
It's hot down here, but it's not as hot as it is in New York and the Midwest. And oh, sweet.
More breakthroughs. See, this is a good one for. Yes,
nice,
babe.
Audrey.
Yes, Audrey.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's amen. But this class I think was so good because it was that deep dive. I've been telling you, Tom. I think that the HoopPath deep dive classes are the best.
All right.
What can I say?
All right. Say goodbye to this 90s hair, man. That shit's gone.
Not forever, though.
I'm giving it a purpose this week. All right, y'all. Thanks for joining us, and I hope you have a
enjoy your week.
Yeah, a great week. Take care.
Our sun deciphers and interprets a matrix of source intelligence projected as light from the galactic core. We, as biological units of circuitry, are the sensory organs through which this light is received, decoded, and transmitted into the morphogenetic field of Earth consciousness. We are the technology we have been waiting for.